This is The Bottom Line. The Bottom Line on 938 Live.
Government officials and property analysts have forecast that the private home market in Singapore will remain on the downtrend for some time yet. Private home prices fell 2.3% in the first half of the year, while the 7,000 private homes sold in the first 6 months of 2014 is less than half of the sales in the same period last year. 938 Live's Travis Teo spoke to Mr Melhuish from PropertyGuru to find out more.
The long-awaited Singapore KL high-speed rail system is expected to come online by, I think, 2020. There are 3 possible locations for the stations, and I guess Woodlands is one of those potential. But perhaps more importantly is, the Woodlands Johor rapid transit system, the RTS, is scheduled for completion in 2018, which of course is going to have a big impact on Woodlands generally. And we also think that, with the Woodlands Regional Centre, there's going to be increasing number of companies wanting to locate in Woodlands, also because of the proximity to Iskandar.
Right, I see. And it's one place where there is the potential of high capital appreciation?
Absolutely. There's been a relatively small amount of supply in the condo market in the last 10 years. There's only 5 new projects being developed in the Woodlands area in the last 10 years. And I think what you'll see is when we start to create up to 100,000 jobs over time in the whole area, there's going to be an increased demand for residential housing. So you're going to have to see, more properties being developed there, but in the short term, what that'll do is drive up house prices. We also think that will also then increase rental prices as well, because you don't have the supply there.
Can you tell us about the Queenstown Business Park and what it will mean for property prices there?
So if you just stand back and look at the whole Queenstown planning area and the Queenstown Business Park area, you see a big investment taking place in developing office and facilities for particularly research and development. And the whole office space and business park space in Queenstown Business Park is equal to about half of the whole of core CBD area. If you just look at some of the key projects, like, for example, Metropolis, when it's full, will house to 6,000 workers. Maple Tree Business Centre is even bigger. It's got 1.7 million square feet lettable office space. And probably the most interesting is the ongoing development around One North area. This is a huge, 200-hectare development. Over the next, 30 years, it's going to have enough space, and office space and facility space to house 65,000 workers. And so those 65,000 people are going to need housing.
Now, so those are some of the bright spots and the hot areas for properties. But what about those that are likely to suffer from poor or negative capital appreciation?
What we're seeing currently is a significant drop in transaction volumes. And what we typically see is there is a lag between transactions dropping and price decline between 6 and 9 months. So you're seeing a downward pressure on housing, which is bringing, the prices by the end of this year will be at a similar sort of level as we saw in 2011. And the key areas which have been hit was the core central region, which is a centre, more prestige, more expensive properties, District 9, 10, 11, for example, which typically reacts the fastest. When the market turns down, it is normally the first to react and also the hardest to react.
Right, I see. And to clarify, for districts 9, 10, 11, those are Bukit Timah, River Valley, Tanglin Road. Are we talking
Newton,
about these?
Yeah, Newton, Novena, absolutely.